like to now introduce our first speaker today, and that will be Megan Gallagher. She is giving her icebreaker speech, which is the first speech from our Competent Communicator manual. The goal is to introduce herself to us. Her speech time is 4 to 6 minutes, and her speech today is titled Megan's World. Please help me welcome Megan to the lecture.
Thank you, Ms. Toastmaster. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and no guests today.
Hello.
My name is Megan Gallagher, and I'll be giving my icebreaker speech. The title of my speech today is Megan's World. If you asked my parents what I was like as a child, they would most likely refer to me as their hyperactive princess who only wore dresses and refused to eat anything but Reese's Cups. My parents' favorite saying about me was, "It's Megan's world, and we're all just living in it." Although we don't have all day for me to go into the many stories behind this statement, such as how when I was a child at daycare, they referred to me as the most high-maintenance child they'd had in 40 years. Or how one year at Christmas, I actually spent the entire day crying because Santa ate all of our mint chocolate chip ice cream. Those stories are quite interesting, and I actually do have a picture of myself as a child. I'll pass around, and I'll start it over here with him. But instead today, I would like to talk to you a little bit about who I am. So if you ask my closest friends today what I'm like, they would most likely tell you a little bit about my personality, probably mention a passion of mine, and then talk about a hobby that I have. I'd be willing to bet that they would mention that I am a social butterfly. They would definitely mention my unique passion for human trafficking. And they would third most likely mention my hobby or my love for cooking. For as long as I can remember, I've been referred to as a social butterfly. I love meeting new people, and I love being around others. I studied communication in college, which was fascinating for me to learn about how we all fit into this social world of communicating. I am a very busy person, and I love being busy, and being around people drives me. And I'd like to give you a little look into what my college schedule looked like. I was a leader in my sorority, Chi Omega, as well as my business fraternity, Phi Chi Theta. I devoted about 8 hours a week to a Christian organization called Campus Crusade, where I spent time doing outreaches as well as campus meetings and different organizational duties. I also led a grassroots movement through anti-human trafficking nonprofit work, which you'll hear a little bit about more later. I, on top of all that, had a full-time class schedule, worked 15 hours in the dean's office doing event planning, and still managed to have an exceptional social life. For some, this sounds horrible, but for me, it's what I love to do. I love being busy, and I love being around other people, and I love making the most of every minute and every day. Second, I'm sure my friends would mention my unique passion for anti-human trafficking. 2 years ago, I attended a Christian conference where I learned about the realities of what's going on in our world, globally and locally. They challenged 60,000 of us at this conference to go back to our college and basically do something about it. If we all did something, we could start a movement. So I partnered with my university, my community, as well as the state to come up with the Southeast anti-human trafficking model. This became such a huge part of my life, I didn't even realize it until one day I was walking to class and these two girls were walking behind me and they started whispering, "Should we say something? Should we say something?" And I kind of looked back and I didn't recognize them, so I just kept walking, and then one of them tapped me on the shoulder and they just said, "Excuse me, are you the End It girl?" And at that moment, I just kind of laughed, and I took it as a huge compliment because I realized that I really was making a difference with what I was doing. And I know that human trafficking is something that's going to be on my heart for the rest of my life, and one day I truly hope to start my own nonprofit. Third, I'm sure my friends would mention my hobby or my love for cooking. Now, with this hobby comes the love for food. Who doesn't love food, right? We tend to put our whole life, our whole day around what we're going to eat. How many of you in here today didn't eat lunch before you came in and now you're really regretting it and you feel like if you come up to do table topics you're going to pass out? Yeah, been there, it's okay. But maybe next time you'll learn your lesson, eat lunch before. I can't even tell you the passion for when you work really hard and slave over a meal, or you bake a dessert and you take that first bite into your creation. It's what I absolutely love to do. I have a recipe book full of different Pinterest findings, Martha Stewart recipes, as well as some of my own different creations. And now you're all looking at me like, when are you bringing us in some food? Maybe next week, maybe next week. All in all, these are all things that are random, very interesting about me, and I hope they give you a little peek into who I am. I truly, when I graduated and when I was job searching, I promised myself that I was going to find a job that I feel like I could make a difference at and that I could grow. I don't believe in being stagnant. I always want to continue to improve. And I'm so excited that I ended up here in Cleveland at American Greetings with the opportunity to join Toastmasters. It's going to be really, really great to work alongside of all of you and get to know all of you a little bit better. And I hope that I'll be able to see more into you, into your stories, and through your table topics and your own speeches. And maybe just one day you'll be able to hear a little bit more about my princess childhood years. Thank you.